Alright guys, I'm back again with another video. Again, sorry I don't have the best quality equipment to bring you amazing quality videos, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to make some fritters today. Veggie fritters, that is. I'm going to use an onion. I usually use white onion, but I am out right now and I don't want to go and get any. Green pepper, or whatever pepper you have, red pepper, yellow pepper, orange pepper, doesn't matter. A couple of tomatoes and some mushrooms. Tomatoes I put in sometimes. I don't know, I guess it just depends on my mood. So let's get these cut up. For the zucchini, I'm going to make some sauteed zucchini with it as a side. And for that, I'm just going to use some green and yellow zucchinis. And maybe some of this onion. Holy cow. It is staining my fingers. Whew. Let's see if that comes off real quick. Alright, good enough. Just cut your veggies in small little chunks. You're also going to need some garbanzo bean flour and some seasonings. Seasonings needed are oregano, basil, onion powder, sea salt, and cayenne. That's it. You don't need nothing else. A little bit of spring water. Let's put these in a bowl. Not sure if my bowl's in camera here, but let's hope it is. Don't make the chunks too big because these are going to be, you know, they're going to be like little patties when you're done. And you want to give them room to cook up a little bit. I don't know if I have another onion. I might just have to make the zucchini plain. Well, not plain, but just cook it by itself. Woo! My eyes are burning. Oh, geez. I guess I didn't think about this one. Red onion always gets me. Oh my goodness. Why? Oh, my eyes. Whew. Oh, jeez. Let me go get a paper towel. Whew. My eyes. Oh my goodness. Wash my hands. Okay. Oh, this one really got me, guys. Got me good. Okay. Come on. If I use a better knife, I probably could pick up those ingredients a little bit better. Those veggies, I mean. But I don't have a lot of areas in my kitchen where I can do this, so the stove seems like the best spot. And I'm limited on space over here, as you can see. Alright, let's get this pepper cut up. Again, sorry you have to watch me sit and cut everything. But let's do it together. It won't seem as long. Get your stuff out. Make it with me. You'll really like this recipe. It's good. It's quick, easy to make, especially when you don't feel like dedicating a lot of time to dinner. And when eating Alkaline, you know, you have to cook. And you have to cook a lot of stuff from scratch, almost all of it. And some recipes can really take some time, but the end result is they just taste so good. So I'm so excited and in such a good mood yesterday and today because I went down a couple more dress sizes. I put on a pair of jeans this morning that I haven't been able to fit into in 11 years. I bought them after my youngest was born, and tags are still on them. They're from Fashion Bug. They didn't fit me when I brought them home, so I just put them in the drawer because, here, if you all remember, Fashion Bug was kind of expensive. And so I kept them. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to fit into these. You know, and I kept thinking I was going to lose weight, kept exercising and eating, at least what I thought was eating right. You know, they tell you to eat this and that and eat everything low fat, non-fat, fat-free, sugar-free. And all I was doing was just putting other forms of sugar in me and other bad chemicals, and there's just no way I was going to lose any weight. It didn't happen. I thought it was going to, you know. And then we started eating, changed up again, and we were eating, you know, a small portion of meat, like the size you're supposed to, and then filling our plate up with an enormous amount of veggies and fruit, fresh veggies and fruit most of the time. And that worked for a little while, but still not very well. And then I learned about Dr. Sabi and the nutritional guide and eating alkaline. Alkaline according to Dr. Sabi. And everything changed from there. So many stomach problems went away. I had so many stomach issues too. I'd constantly be at the ER and they kept telling me everything was fine. But it was like, I couldn't deal. Everything I was eating was hurting me. Switch to this. I've lost now, let's see, we've been doing this since May, well, the middle of May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February. So it's middle of February. So about 9 months. My husband's lost about 65 pounds, and I've lost 65, actually, 65 too. So I'm super excited. Just this last week alone, I've lost 8 pounds. What I did differently this week, besides what I've already been doing, is I bought, well, it's been this vegetable sprayer a couple weeks ago, and I've been using it more. Not vegetable sprayer, oil sprayer, so that we use less oil when we're cooking, because, you know, when you're dumping it out of the bottle, you just can't judge how much you're putting in there. Freaking gnats everywhere. I buy this burdock root. It's an herb. It's really good for you. Google it. And it attracts gnats in the house everywhere, and they're driving me crazy. But anyway, what was I talking about? Crap. Oh, losing 8 pounds this week. So yeah, I've been using a lot less oil by using this Mystic sprayer thing, and cut down on the amount of sea salt. And when we're eating, you know, instead of having like 3 veggie fritters, we'll have like 2 veggie fritters and a pile of fruit or fresh veggies. And instead of making sides that are always heavy, like, you know, maybe quinoa, and or just, you know, cutting back on the heavier meals. Like sometimes I make a creamy pasta, and I'll get that recipe up too, which is very good and it's healthy. But, you know, if I eat too much of it, you're not going to lose any weight. And I want to lose weight, and I need to, because I want to be around for my children. I want to be healthy, and I want to feel better. And it's working. Like, well, it was working before, but me and my husband were at a major plateau. Like, nothing was happening for a while. And so I did this switch for us. Not a big one, just the oil this time. And cut back on the sea salt. And like I said, the fresh fruits and veggies, more of them, less of the main meal. So, yeah, tonight with the fritters, you know, normally we would have like 3 of them. But tonight I'm going to have 2 fritters on my plate, and then a bunch of zucchini for my side. I know I just ramble a lot. I don't have any friends anymore, so if I talk too much while you guys are watching the videos, I apologize. I lost most of my last 2 good friends within the last couple of years. The last one, she stopped talking to me and blocked me on social medias online and stuff. stopped calling and everything. So I emailed her and asked her why. Because we also work together online with what I do at home, because I work from home. And so I was emailing her about a company. And I said, well, I can't message you on Facebook because you have me blocked. She's like, well, we have different views, and that's why I blocked you. And at that time, the day she blocked me, I posted something about vaccines because I don't believe in it. But I also don't put down other people who feel as though they want to give their child vaccines and they want to go get vaccine or whatever it may be. They get the flu shot or whatever. That's their life, and I have no place to judge them, and I don't. But she didn't like that, and she was for Donald Trump, and I wasn't. I wasn't for Trump or Hillary, and she wasn't okay with that, and I just think that you should learn to be able to agree to disagree instead of just cutting people out of your life. But I have to look at it as a blessing, because maybe it was meant to be. Maybe there was more to her that I didn't know, and I needed her out of my life. But it does suck not having friends. We moved here to Florida about 6-7 years ago. I used to live in New York. I had some friends up there. We're not friends anymore now. Sometimes people just, you know, friendships fade away, and then, or you start to see people's true colors, and that's pretty much what happened. So I only had 2 best friends at the time. And not anymore. I have my husband and my kids. I have 3 kids. And the dogs. You know, they're kind of like kids too. But I do miss having friends. I really do, because, you know, when you're going through something and you just want someone to talk to. And there's nothing wrong with talking to my husband about things, but then there's just some things, it's, you know, you want to talk to friends, or just the occasional hanging out and laughing about absolutely nothing, things that are ridiculous and for some reason make you laugh, and just having a really good time together with friends. That's what I miss the most, especially the laughing part, hysterically laughing about things that make no sense at all, but you're both laughing. I think you all know what I mean. The laughing so hard that you just could fall on the floor. Alright, this is the end of this. I think I'm going to need a bigger bowl because it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do any stirring in here. Give me a second here, guys. Alright, let's transfer this. I hate it when I do that. Now I've got an extra bowl to clean. That's just a pain in the ass. Sorry about my cursing. I don't do it a lot, but I think y'all know that's crap. Now I got an extra dish to clean. Let's get these tomatoes in here. Oh, there's my little Mia. She's always barking. I hope there's no one here because I'm trying to make a video, and if they all start barking, because there's 3 of them, you guys aren't going to be able to hear me. And then I'm going to get pissed. Alright, last one. Yes, I used the whole tomato because them little spots right there, I don't even know if you can see this in the video. Yeah, you can. They don't matter. They get soft. It don't matter. The whole tomato's good for you. Just eat it. That's how I look at it. Wash it, clean it up, and eat it. I make spaghetti, and guess what? I don't remove the seeds from the tomatoes. It all goes in there. Eat it. Just eat it. Don't waste food. It's all good for you. Damn it, this one's falling apart to mush. It's okay. We're still going to eat it. Damn. That was just an easier way. Alright, let's get that tomato in there. Alright, let me get a napkin. I'm making a freaking mess. Okay. Alright, we got these. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the seasonings on them, and we're going to let it sit while we cut up the zucchini so the seasonings can soak in and all that goodness. Alright guys, we got some sea salt here. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon. I'm going to taste it after I mix in the flour, which is, I hate tasting raw, uncooked garbanzo bean flour when it's wet. But it's the only way I can tell if I've got enough salt in there. Trust me, if you don't put enough salt in it, it's just, ugh, no. Cayenne. It's optional. Do how much you want. If you don't like it spicy at all, don't do any. Alright, let's see. This one here, this is basil. Oh, basil. Yes, we're going to do a big one here. Do a tablespoon. You know how I get crazy with the spices. But trust me, it's good. Oregano. Another tablespoon. The basil was a tablespoon too, if I forgot to mention that. Where is my onion powder? I hate it when something's missing. Where is it? Okay, guys. So funny. Oh, it's right in front of my face. Jeez. And a tablespoon of this. I like to do it heaping. Okay. Throwing all that down. Just throw it down there. Get yourself a spoon and stir this in. And then we're going to let it sit so all the spices can marinate up in there before we add the flour and the spring water. And you see, I didn't say how many vegetables you used, but you saw what I used. You know, it really depends on how much you want to make. This is going to make extra, so my husband will have leftovers for lunch, or me too, because nobody wants to constantly cook from scratch every single day, every single meal. So, you know, there's days that you just want to be a little lazy. Maybe you don't want to make lunch, so you go in the fridge and you got your leftovers. Alright, I think that's about good. We're going to let that sit and marinate. That's trash. Now we need the zucchinis. We're going to cut these up and set them aside. Let's put this trash right in here. And then we'll put our zucchinis in here. Okay, we don't need any more of that. We'll leave these out. We might need them. Maybe not. I don't know. Shut up. Sorry, I'm telling my son to shut up. He's behind me making faces at me. He probably thinks I'm in here talking to myself. How long were you standing there? You're not, that's not funny. Don't you hate that when someone sneaks up on you? Thought you weren't working till 5 or you, yeah, never mind. Thought you was working till 5 or 6, but it is 5 or 6.
6 o'clock right now.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said never mind. Costco. I think I'm gonna do it tomorrow because I gotta make dinner. I'm starving. Where did I put the? Okay. Shut your door because I need peace and quiet. Yep, I need peace and quiet with myself. Can't do this if you're standing behind me. Alright guys, I think this bowl just might not be big enough. I don't know. We'll see here. I hope it is, because I don't want to use another bowl. It's alright, we'll just season them after they're in the pan. I'm not going to do another bowl. Hope this video hasn't dragged on too long. But it's important that you see this recipe because, oh, wrong spot, because it's good. There's always flyaways, always trying to get away. Wonder how long it's been recording. Wonder if we got enough time here. About 20 minutes, jeez. I am so sorry, guys. This video might take too long. Let me cut off the camera now. I'm going to finish chopping this and then I'll be back. Alright guys, we are back. Got the zucchini chopped. And now I'm going to add some flour to these vegetables that we had marinating while we got the zucchini chopped. Stir it up again. Sometimes you can just taste the veggies to see if you have enough too. No. See, I'm not afraid to add another teaspoon of sea salt in here. And the reason why is because this is enough that it's going to make food for a couple of days. Plus dinner tonight. So that sodium will get stretched out. Alright, let me taste it again. Okay. It's nice and spicy. Alright, now we're going to add in our flour. Oh. I'm not sure how much. I'll just add a little and judge it later. I just go by, you know, how it looks. That was just under a cup. I'm going to stir it up just like this. And just, I go by how it looks. Just look at it here. And it looks like it might have been enough. Because we're also going to add spring water, so we'll see. Alright. Where's my spring water? Okay. A little bit. That was probably a fourth of a cup, and I wouldn't add more than a fourth of a cup at a time. Because if you get it too watery, you're going to have such a problem cooking these. And get your pan going. I got my pan over here going. I got it on like a medium heat. Turned on 4 on my dial. My old stove, if you know what 4 means. All that mixed in. I don't know, it kind of looks like maybe I need more flour. I don't know. I think I'm going to add a little bit more flour. And a little bit more spring water. That was just under half cup. Now after you add more flour, sometimes the flavor, you know, goes down a little, so sometimes you might need to add a little bit more seasoning, but normally not. Normally you really don't. So, like I said, you just gotta taste the batter if you have to. But let me warn you, when you taste uncooked garbanzo bean flour, when it's wet, it tastes like grass. So, but when you cook it, it don't taste like that at all. Not at all. Now this kind of looks a lot better. I like the texture. Right back, guys. Alright, let's get some oil going in this pan over here. Let's see. I can move this camera a little bit. There we go. You know what, my sprayer's broke on here. I don't understand. It's not broke. I don't know what I did differently. What's wrong with it? But it's not spraying out like an aerosol. I want to write the company and ask them what I'm doing wrong. You know, what am I doing? Why is this happening? Because the same thing happened to the other one. It worked good for about a week. So it could be something I'm doing, like pumping it too long, stuff like that. You need to let this get hot though. What can we do? Oh, that's getting hot. Okay, we can get, no, you know what, I was gonna get the zucchinis going, but we're gonna wait. So I'm gonna cut off the camera here and wait for the pan to get hot, and I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got the pan nice and hot, got some oil going in there. Ooh, almost lost that. Then you're gonna spoon some of this stuff out that we made right onto the pan. Kind of form it into a nice little round patty looking thing. Don't push too hard, and then just let it cook. Seriously, just let it cook. Don't do anything else. Get them on there. You gotta let them cook. You move them around too much and they fall apart. Don't put too many on because you need room to flip them, because they're delicate. You make it too big, it's not a big deal. Just, you know, figure it out. Put less in the pan. Alright, I don't think I can fit one over there, so I'm going to move this bad boy over just a little bit so I have room to flip it. Now my heat's only on medium, like on 4. On my stove, 4 is, what you call it? 4 is like a medium high. Alright, and just let them cook. All you want to do is just wait. Be right back. We're going to flip them when they get nice and brown looking. It might take a couple of minutes. Let me show you here. You see, they're not even close. They're getting there, but I'm gonna flip one just to show you. See, you can't even. It's gonna fall apart. So you just, like I said, let it cook. You know, I'll just have you stick around with me for a minute so you can see how long I let them cook here. Yeah, but back on the subject of friends, do all of you have friends? I'm not talking about associates. I'm talking about a friend, like a best friend. I used to. I think you already heard that conversation if you've been here for the whole video. By the way, click like if you're still here. If you made it this far through my nonsense. But yeah, as you know, we're a blended family. It's blended abode, and when it comes to people, my friends acting in a way racist or any kind of thing, I don't play with that. Nope, I have nothing to do with that. That is a deal breaker right there. I'm sorry, but it doesn't fly with me. Does not fly. And that's the main reason why I am no longer friends with two people. One of my friendships was it was about 20 years. No, it was 21-year friendship. And it took me a long time, but her true colors showed when I moved. And the other one, we were friends for about 13 years, and I didn't even notice when I moved, her true colors showed. So, it's sad. It's sad. But what can you do? Like I said, I don't play with that shit. It hurt me deeply. I cried like I lost a family member or something. Well, not that much, but you know what I mean. It hurt. But I knew what I had to do. You see that? Look at that. Nice and golden. Now smash it down a little bit and let it cook. Look at that. Perfect. Smash it down a little bit. Don't worry if they touch each other. And just let it cook. You see why I said we need room? Oh. I'm just going to tuck that one under there and smash it down. Just like that. I'll smash this one a little bit more. See that stuff that leaked on top when I smashed it down? We're just going to flip it for, you know, 30 seconds or so when it's all done on the other side to make sure that stuff gets cooked. Now you're just going to let them cook, just like the other side, and I'll be back. Alright guys, back again. This first set of fritters is done. As you see, nice and golden on every side. Put them back here on paper plate. With some paper towels to soak up any unwanted oils. Alright. Hey Mike, can you take them out for me while I'm cooking? Put a little oil in there, and while that's going, while these are going, you want to start getting the zucchini going. And I'm just using a little bit of sesame oil for a different flavor. It's about a teaspoon in there. You might need to add more, but not much. Don't add much more. I probably won't add more than a tablespoon. Put these down in here, let them get going. And I'm going to let them cook for a little bit, and then I'm going to add some sea salt, onion powder, and cayenne, and that is it. Let them get cooking. See there? Alright, let's get some more fritters going. Give this another stir if it starts to look, you know, watery or something on the bottom. Sometimes it settles. Just give it a stir. Get these going. A couple of those patties were looking kind of big, so I got a little too excited. Maybe I was a little too hungry. But now I'm going to make them a better size. That's more like it. That's how I like them. Over there. Sorry, keep hitting the camera. You'd be surprised if I have it. My camera is propped up, well, it's not a camera, my cell phone camera is propped up on a selfie stick inside of my utensil holder. I'm telling you, whatever works. Eat this. Alright, now we're just going to let everything cook for a little bit. Let these zucchini get cooking for a while. While these fritters cook. I got the zucchini on the same temp, like a medium high, like a 4. I'm going to add more oil halfway through, like another teaspoon. Just not yet. That one's separated. Usually I add some green onion in here, but I'm out today, so it's alright though. We still gonna eat. Well, this is gonna be a good dinner. Alright. We're not gonna add a lot of sea salt, probably just a teaspoon. Alright guys, I'll be back and I'll let these things cook a bit, and we'll be back. Alright guys, I'm back. I'm gonna add a little bit more oil. Hopefully only a teaspoon. Sometimes it's hard to judge. See how these fritters are going real quick. Ooh, there goes the camera. Okay, that one's looking good. But as you see, I've already flipped them once. It was a little bit too soon, so that's why you see me flipping them again. Alright, get back to these here. It hasn't been very long since the last time I cut off the video, so they're not cooked very far. We can cook down a little bit more, and we'll be back. Hey guys, I'm back. I'm going to put some sea salt in here. Well, cayenne first. I'm just going to measure it with my fingers this time. That's it for the cayenne. Sea salt. 1 teaspoon. I like to measure this because I don't want too much. That is plenty. And some onion powder. I'm not going to measure that one. I'm just going to dump it in, because I'm probably going to add more of this at the end. And if I add too much now, everything starts to like get cakey and just pisses me off, you know. Get it mixed up, and then let it cook. Green onions taste really good in here. I like to cut them kind of long, like maybe a couple of inches. Let them cook in there, and then put some fresh ones when they're done too. And you can also add some sesame seeds when it's all done. I'm out of those too, so we're just working with what we got. Also, forgot to mention, you can add a pinch of agave in here, like maybe a teaspoon. It'll really give it that. I went to the Chinese restaurant and had a dish type of taste.
You still talking to yourself over there?
I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to the viewers, people that are interested in seeing what the hell I eat.
Well, tell the viewers to take the dogs out.
Oh, they've heard me ask you to take them out. Thank you. Alright, let's check on these new fritters I put down. See how they're going. Ooh, yes. Smash it down. Oh yeah, that one came out nice too. Smash it down. This one's going to be tricky. Okay. Move it over a little bit. And smash it down. Tuck that stuff in that tries to pop out. Just tuck it in there. Alright, now let it cook. Alright guys, I'm going to continue letting this cook and I'll be back again. Alright guys, I'm back again. This stuff's getting there. It's almost cooked. I added just a little bit of agave to give it that taste that I was talking about. Like you just went to the Chinese restaurant and had something from there. Yeah, you know, just a little hint of sweetness with sesame oil really does it. I'm going to let them cook down some more, and I'm going to get some more patties going. I really don't know how much you guys want to see of this, so, you know, I apologize if this video is extremely long, but, you know, I'm just doing what I'm doing. I don't know what's right and wrong here on YouTube. Maybe I'm dragging it on too far. Maybe I'm showing you too much and it's getting boring, so please do let me know. And I apologize that you have to watch my entire video to find out what the actual recipe is, but you know, this is how I cook at home. Well, I don't usually talk to myself. Well, at least it sounds like I'm talking to myself, but I'm talking to you guys. But, you know, I don't have measurements usually. You know, when I'm doing it from home, I just kind of go with what works and keep doing it. Alright, we're going to let these cook. Like I said, this is almost done. They're getting there. You just want them all to look kind of translucent. You see how this one isn't really translucent, but like these are? That's what I mean. Just let it cook down a little bit more. I wish I had some white onions. That would have tasted really good in here. But I used my last red onion. I really got to go shopping. If you guys interested in going shopping with me, let me know and I'll do a shopping video. So you can see some of the foods we get and where we get them from. And how much we pay, etc. All that. Please let me know. Alright, be back in a few. Alright guys, everything's done. You see, I just made my son his plate. Boy, does that look good. And we got a big pile over here. There's quite a few. I don't know, it probably made 10, 12. I don't know how many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 12, maybe even 14. But here's his plate. And I'm about to make my plate and my husband's plate. And I'll be back with a final plating.